What's going on? What is going on? It is your boy Smooth Blaze, and I'd like to welcome back to the Walking with a Purpose series, Embracing the Journey Before You Get to the Destination, Episode 8. Now, before we get into any major points for this week, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also, hit that notification bell, select all so you will not miss one video. Now, a couple weeks ago, the topic we discussed was, will you fold or push through? You're going to have adversity in life. How can you maneuver through it? How can you push through? Or will you let it ride? So those things that we learned a couple weeks ago. Now this week, what we will be discussing about will be, what do we have control over? Understanding what we have control over. Redirecting your focus. Because sometimes we look at the things where I can't do nothing about that. Stop worrying about the things you can't control. Pray about it and allow God to execute in that lane. Just move the way you need to move. Now, some things I've learned about myself as I'm redirecting my focus starts with adversity is a part of life, like I stated before. You know things are going to be good. You know things are going to be bad. You just have to be mentally and emotionally prepared for it. How you perceive things matter. Regardless of what the situation is, you may not be able to change it at that moment in time, but you can change your mindset and perception that will give you a different outlook on how things are currently. Discipline is needed to evolve. You have to be disciplined. You have to be structured in order to grow in whatever field that you're trying to do. Enjoy time, even though it's difficult. Enjoy life. The biggest thing is, we all gonna have down moments. We're gonna have moments where we don't have much, but you still embrace that time because it's a blessing above all things. Finally, you will reach your destination. As I look at myself and look at where I'm at versus where I'm going, always keep in mind that you're gonna get there. It just might not be the place or the time frame what you expect, but you're gonna make it, I promise you. Now, here are some healthy habits I've used to redirect my focus. Being proactive versus reactive, meaning putting plans in place so that if something happens, I'll be prepared for it versus being like, oh crap, I need to scramble and get this done. That's one thing. Keeping my weekly calendar updated. Every week you should have a plan, mission, or goals that you need to hit and execute those best that you can. Make time to exercise and feed my spirit. Every day I set time to read, not only influential books, but also the Bible to keep my spirit in line. Exercising, I do that twice a week, and I've been maintaining that. Separate myself from small-minded people. It's going to be difficult because there's going to be a time where you're going to be alone, and you're not going to have that type of support from those persons that may look like you may, connections with, but when you start to grow in a way, you have to separate because y'all not on the same level. Read inspirational books to keep your mind sharp. Always have a book or two that you can read. I made sure that each quarter I read one book a quarter to ensure that I get something to keep my brain going, because I have a lot of stuff that I do anyway. But if I can dedicate knocking out a book within 3 months, knock that in, cool. Creating a habit of saving monthly. Regardless if you have to go back into your savings to pay for something, keep the habit of putting money over there continuously so that you can understand how it feels to be in that predicament. Because once you break through of your bondage, you will be able to maximize on that. So that's important. Being more giving of your time, energy, and effort. Even if you don't have a lot of money, your energy and your effort matters. That matters more than anything. So maximize in that area so that you can get where you're trying to get on those other areas. Next, we're going to talk about time. Time is important. Time you cannot get back. Ask yourself this. Since we are in a season of redirection, what are we doing with the limited time that we have? Maximizing each second, each hour is most essential to everything in life. If you waste more time, you will not get the results. How you prepare today will prepare you for the next day. Relationships. Think about it from this perspective. Relationships or connections could be a blessing or a curse. What did you learn about your circle? This is going to hurt, but it needs to be done. Look at these folks that you deal with every day and conversate with. Are they a blessing or are they really a curse? If you growing and those feel growing, then all of a sudden this dude being stagnant or she being stagnant, do I really need to be involved with this person or around this person? Because they might bring me down to the place where I'm not familiar with, and I end up not hitting my mark where I need to go. Let's talk about the money with the finances. How well you steward your finances matter the most. Always remember that. What changes have you already made with the spending habits? So as I'm in my vision or in my motion of getting out of debt, as I'm in my motion of being able to be in control of my finances, what habits have I created? What have I minimized? Have I limited the amount of money that I spend? Have I let go of some things as far as subscriptions that I have? Have I cut back on spending clothes, on shoes, and different things? Have I given away things? Have I sold things? What have I done to redirect my spending habits? Something you got to think about is so, so important. One of the most essential things will be faith, your faith level. Remember this as you're refocusing. Allow our faith to direct our path in areas we cannot control. Is very difficult. Real talk, it is. You have to ask yourself this question though. Are you open to casting all your cares on him? Because the hardest thing is realizing that you ain't in control of nothing. The things that you can control, you can do your best to modify and be a good steward of it. But there's going to be aspects in your life that you cannot control. So with that being said, make sure when you decide, or if you decide to give, God all your cares, He's going to take care of you. He has many mansions. You just have to have faith enough that regardless of what you see or don't see, that it's going to come through. Now that we have directed our focus, what does this really look like? What does it really look like? 1, be grateful for what you have. Always be grateful for what you have, regardless of what it looks like currently. Develop more and have a positive perspective on life. Your mind travels before your body gets there. Always remember that. Gain control over your money and remove barriers. When you don't have so many barriers or so many people that you owe, you'll be able to be more confident. You'll be able to move the way that you want to move. Allow God to direct you from seen and unseen dangers. Realize we can see forward, we can see left, and we can see right, but we can't see around the corner. We cannot see what's going to happen up the street. We have to make sure that in those aspects, we allow God to be over that and take control of that. Time waits for nobody. Maximize the time that you got. When you got free time, do something that's productive. Don't just bull. Have your time where you relax. That's fine, but maximize that. Lastly, make sure your circle is a reflection of you. If you look in the mirror and see that there's another person in there that don't look like you and don't really equal out the values and the morals that you carry for yourself, move around from them. So those are areas where we can redirect, and those are the products of redirecting those areas. As we close, I'd like to thank you for checking out this channel. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell, select all. But before we go, let's go into this phrase that we use every other week. We cannot control the hand that was dealt for us, but we can move with a purpose. It's your boy, Smooth Blaze, and I am signing out. Peace.